Marcela and Carlo, the State Water Resource Control Board opened applications today for $46 million in grants targeting contamination in cross-border rivers and coastal waters. The money comes from Prop 4, a voter-approved bond covering safe drinking water, wildfire prevention, and drought preparedness passed back in 2024. Officials call it a step forward, but South Bay communities are still living in the middle of an environmental crisis.
We're very enthusiastic. We're optimistic to be partnering with the state. It's funding that will come at a critical moment in time as far as our efforts here locally.
County Board Supervisor Paloma Aguirre, who previously served as mayor of Imperial Beach, has long advocated for action on the crisis. She has pushed for the removal of a key piece of infrastructure she calls a hotspot along Saturn Boulevard, which she says contributes to gas and chemical emissions in the area.
So it's important to have this funding that could go to help remove this piece of infrastructure that we don't need to wait for the federal government to help us for. So I think it's important. We're moving in the right direction.
According to the governor's office, funding will support projects that reduce bacteria and trash pollution, address public health impacts from transboundary contamination, and support restoration and sediment management. The grants target both the Tijuana River and other areas, with at least one project selected from each waterway. Awards range from up to $750,000 for planning or research or $10 million for implementation. Imperial Beach Environmental and Natural Resources Director Chris Helmer says the city knew this funding was coming and welcomes the state becoming more engaged.
It's not giving relief to our businesses who are being impacted down here. It is not significantly addressing the public health issue at all. It is not giving support and guidance to the folks that live and work down here of how can you protect yourself. So this is really on the infrastructure side of improvements. So this is a step for the state to be more engaged in supporting some of these projects, but there's a lot more that we want the state of California to be involved in.
And Helmer says there's still more the state can do, including addressing public health concerns, supporting watershed cleanup and recovery, and helping advance federal projects targeting trash, sediment, and flood control.
Esmeralda, this funding is definitely a start, but the governor says more needs to be done. So what is he asking of the federal government?
Well, that's right, Marcella. The governor says California has stepped up repeatedly, but cannot solve what he calls a decades-long federal failure alone. He is calling on the Trump administration to do more, including working with Mexico to ensure projects already negotiated to address the crisis are funded and completed, and to repair and expand the South Bay International Wastewater Treatment Plant. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Esmeralda.